We're in lockdown again. Yay. So, all these conspiracies around if COVID was produced to shut down governments' economies and all that kind of stuff, power control, what benefits would they actually get out of it? Because they need us to be an economy so they can have this man-made money stuff that we created in life, because Mother Nature didn't make money. So they're sitting there, supposedly, with all this greed, all this fake-ass man-made bullshit, and all this sort of like power, going, well, let's make no one do anything. So then no one's doing anything. And like they're just sitting there with all their money, just sitting there just doing fuck all. Just sitting there just doing nothing. They can't make any money. They can't create anything. They can't literally do anything. Well, they're just going to wait for us to all die off. And the supposed flu, which, half the people aren't even wearing their masks properly. I mean, my mum's been out every day. She's had a stroke. She doesn't understand all this COVID stuff as much as she sees it on TV. She goes out every day. She wears a mask. But she hasn't gotten sick. We're lucky here that we haven't had a lot of cases, but what do you get out of controlling people? What do you get out of shutting everyone down? Life just becomes stagnant. It's kind of bullshit, if you ask me. So, if it is them and a power thing with them, they kind of fuck themselves up, didn't they? Because they kind of need us. And it all becomes evident that, well, this sort of, communism, capitalism, all this kind of bullshit. At the end of the day, we all need to be nice to each other and get along, because we all need each other to get along and help each other. Because when you don't, then you're fighting, you're clashing, and everything just pulls apart. Even the evil people, they need a little crew behind them that all gets along with him or her, and do what they say. Whether or not they get manipulated into it or not, they still have to work with that person and become a team to actually do that agenda, right? So as far as the world is concerned, then, why don't they all just cut their bullshit, stop their wars, stop their greed, stop their power, share the resources, all become one team, become an earth, become the world, and just work together and just see what we can actually create as humans, rather than clashing, creating wars, playing all this stupid power plays, like, all this corporate bullshit, contracts, and I own the rights for this and I own the rights for that and this, that and the other. Like, give people credit. It's not that hard, and just work with each other. I mean, are people really that fucked up, like narcissistic wise, that the world has to live like that? Honestly. Because that's pretty messed up if it is. I mean, if people are really kicking themselves in the head that hard with power, so what if they've got money? I mean, let them sit by themselves and rot with their money. Like, what are they going to do? They all need us eventually. It really doesn't comprehend anything to me. I don't get how they assume that it's going to work, because we all need to get along. I mean, so what? You can stand there and be a dictator. Yeah, blah, 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 Mr. Big Apple, blah, blah, blah. I got the power. I know I wasn't talking about Trump just then. I'm just talking, they're trying to be, Mr. Big Suit, Mr. I'm almighty powerful of whatever country, I'm whatever this, that, the other. I can take over the world or whatever. I own the internet. I own Facebook like Zuckerberg does, so I'm going to control your speech and stuff. If we didn't really use it, then it just turns into nothing. Like, if he actually showed ethics and stuff and people were helping each other out, then, that's got, that's got credit. That's got some sort of, plausible reaction to it. All this other shit, like just controlling and just let everything sit stagnant and just doing it for an ego, like they need a psychiatrist. I was going to say, they really need their head checked. They need to be. It's not just mental health. They need to be rehabilitated. It doesn't matter how much money they got, how much power they got. If it gets to their egos like that, They need to be rehabilitated because that's just retarded. That is literally retarded. That is literally being mentally retarded in the actions. Think about it. Just sit there and think about it, put it into play. Even like, little society things with their friends and stuff. Anyone that's that sort of insecure, it's something else in their life or within them that's making them like that. That's wrong. That's mentally retarded. Even fucking animals, dogs, fish, fucking. You can relate to big cats sometimes in the zoo. I've done it. I mean, there's articles of a dude that's saved an alligator's life, and it's been mates with him since, and sort of hung around his family, and like loved him and stuff. Mother Nature's grateful when we all get along, and when we all get along with Mother Nature. So rather than killing it off just for power play, like I'm going to take over the Incas, I'm going to burn off the Amazon and fucking build units on there. So fucking what? Great, you destroyed the world. What the fuck is wrong with you, cunt? Like, for someone to do that, like, it's easier just to launch them into space, let them become stardust, and just let the rest of the world get along. Are they seriously that messed up? Fucking, we don't need them. The Earth's too good of a place, and Mother Nature's too good of a thing. I mean, we create all this concrete jungle, right? Then we turn around, they save them fucking money after working their asses off just to go back to the Maldives and sit there for a couple of weeks in nature to relax, to get away from the bullshit that they fucking started with all this fucking, corporate crap. So it's evident that it's all about getting along and being part of Mother Nature. That's what life's about. So any other governments or any other people that are stopping that or against that are literally retarded. They are defective as far as Mother Nature's concerned. And so while we're on defectiveness and going on about this stuff, let's get on to this LGBT kind of shit agenda. So let's look at it at a broad scale. Mother Nature creates things with a penis or a vagina, right? Male or female. That is what we know as gender. That is all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Bang, point blank, argument finished. That's all there is to it. The rest of it are sexuality desires. Everyone's free to have their sexuality desires. I mean, we made clothes. Lots of stuff feels comfortable. I'm sure I could put a moo on and feel comfortable, like big hoodie or whatever, big fluffy, very fine. If that's what gets you going, that's what gets you going. But that's not a fucking gender.